I mean, you prefer the American.
I do. 100%.
I prefer.
You know what is a good show? Me showing my dick.
Do the intro.
No, I'm retiring from this.
No,
podcast. I'm fucking done.
don't
No,
leave.
I don't. No, it's up to you two now. I don't want to
Don't
leave
leave.
it with me. Fucking start the intro.
Sit down. Start the intro.
Start the intro.
Sit down. Sit down. Then he'll start the intro. It's the
No, I
one.
can't do it. After that joke, I just can't fucking do it.
It's the one thing he gets to do on this show. Just let him do it. Just let him do it.
Hello and welcome to the Intercontinental Ballistic Nerds podcast. I'm your host. Well, one of the
I think that is the worst way.
The mic just peaked. Did you just do a sports commentator intro? What was that?
That is the worst thing I think I've
Oh
ever
my
heard.
god.
That was
Fucking
absolutely dreadful.
Jesus.
So,
I'm ashamed.
Well, hello.
Maybe we should both leave.
Yeah, I think we should. I think it's time for me and Max to retire. It was a good time.
right, so welcome to episode 4 or something like that. We hope you're all having a wonderful day.
It's episode 4.
Yeah, we're episode
We've recorded
4.
5 of these.
We've recorded
Yeah.
5 of these, and people
Holy
still
shit.
watch.
I don't. You're acting
That's
like it's
a lot.
episode 100. It's like,
No,
rising.
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised we haven't given up.
See, that's really yeah, that's true actually, because I'm quite prone to just like starting a project then never really going back to it.
I'm surprised we haven't just gone.
And it kept it consistent. Like
Yeah.
I've uploaded like every Monday.
Yeah.
With October, it might be a little bit different though, just
Oh,
because we're
October's busy,
so
busy.
Yeah. What I think we can do.
I'm away for a week.
What I think we might end up doing is that, like, when we
Back on the weekends
by the
next
time like episode 15 rolls around, it'll be like near the end of December, so we can just kind of call that a season, and then we can start the new year as a season. So it gives you guys a break over December and stuff.
Well,
like
it's
holidays, but
yeah.
I
it's more the
know
fact of, like,
October's going to be tough for you
I
guys.
think
Yeah.
it's a Christmas episode.
Like, oh, we could do a Christmas
We
episode.
could go.
That'd be pretty cool.
We could do some Christmassy stuff.
There's a Halloween one. Like
We can do some
Halloween.
we can do
I
some
think
Halloween.
do some Halloween stuff. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know how you do it on podcast. Do we just say scary jokes?
We have.
or
I mean, we
something?
have a YouTube channel now.
Oh, don't.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, we
So-
have a YouTube channel called the Intercontinental Ballistic Nerds Podcast.
is it called that? That's surprising.
I feel like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be podcast.
it shouldn't be podcast. You should
I
change
mean,
it
if
because it's
we-
not just going to be podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not just going to be
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah,
stuff.
so we're going to change that. But Braidon, round of applause to this man.
Please, can we not?
Braidon,
No.
I don't
Braidon-
deserve the round of applause. This is supposed to be done like well over a month.
It's
ago.
really good.
It was supposed to be done over the summer.
It's almost certainly worth the wait.
It's significantly better than the one I
Take
did
my
for the
praise.
Spotify one.
Take
I
my
might update
praise.
the Spotify one because I really like the white letters underneath that I did, like how it
Yeah.
curves around the planet.
Yeah.
I might try and change. So if you change that a little, that change it for all the other ones on
No,
Spotify. or
we
just all the
can
latest
do
ones?
we can do it for like individual episodes. That can be season 2 of our podcast.
Yeah, so I'll definitely update the logo on.
Why are we having seasons?
I know. It gives us an excuse to have like a
Will
free
we go?
week
Will we
break.
go? Will we go back to like episode 1?
Yeah, you go like season.
I want to.
2,
I want to be
episode
able
1.
to say that we got to episode 100 though.
Oh, that's a big flex.
I think maybe we could. Well, I just think in. It's too early to I think decide whether we should do it in season. I like the idea of just keep going on perpetually.
Yeah.
But I think the bad thing is the fact that 99 will be our 100. So it's just like happy 100th episode. It's episode 99.
Yeah, because we decided to do episode 0, but.
But I do feel like
Yeah, but
guess
then
this
I
is
can come up
still-
with that's easy because naming these episodes is like the hardest.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, the worst thing about it isn't like editing the audio, doing the artwork,
That's
making
easy,
the movies,
man.
upload to YouTube. It's coming up with like the fucking titles for these episodes.
Man,
Like I kind of want this episode to be episode 1's now irrelevant because good old Sony and Disney like fucking us over.
that's a long title.
That is a big title.
That's a big title.
Actually, we were talking about other things on the YouTube channel. We've fully booked like London
Yes.
now. Everything's booked and
Comicon
done.
is
so
booked.
that is,
if you in London, come
please not.
come get an autograph with
If you come to me, I'm
ICBN.
going to challenge you to a fight to the death. I'll kill every single one of our fans off one by one.
If you guys go and get
If anyone approaches me,
You
you
guys-
be aware, I
That'd
will
be so funny.
fight you to the death.
There's some random guys like, oh, I listen to your podcast. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who are you?
What the fuck?
You're not one of our friends.
That'd be cool.
You guys can go and get photos with them.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah, we've got a booth set up.
It's £10. £10 a selfie.
Ah, perfect. But yeah. Okay, so we've got a YouTube channel. It's I've not uploaded all the podcast episodes yet, but I'm getting around to it. It just takes a while to like render this shit out. But you know, we're getting around to that, and hopefully they'll all be up by like middle next week and all that. Which will be
Hopefully,
good.
when it comes to the end of October, me and Braden will vlog Comic-Con. I'm not exactly vlog it, but we'll do some stuff.
Yeah,
while we're
hopefully.
there.
Yeah,
I mean,
hopefully.
I'm having a look at like other things. I want to do London Eye at night because that's something I've
Right,
done every time
that's
I've gone
beautiful.
to London.
That's
I
so
really
good.
want to do it, but like
Yeah.
priority tickets are like £40.
That's expensive, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be sitting there for like half because this is like mid-October where it starts getting a lot more chilly, especially at night.
Yeah, I
and the
get
last thing I want to be doing is
I
sitting.
don't really want to be down by the 10
Yeah,
at
like,
that time
like
of night
that time
either.
of night.
No.
So like priority
Especially,
tickets
you
are like
know,
£40.
it's London as well. So.
I mean, in the end, if like we both don't, I'm definitely going to do it either way. I'll fish my money in and probably end up doing it. If you don't go, then that's up to you. But like, I know I definitely want to go because it's always been something I've done. I'll do it one of the nights or something like that.
Yeah, London is like London Eye's good, and
If I can find the money, then
Yeah.
I'll do it with you. But
yeah. Well, to be fair, when I went to London one time, we did a London Eye and River Cruise for £30 per like head.
That's the group tickets though.
Yeah.
And
we're not group.
yeah, we're just we two of us,
Yeah,
and you can't
fair-
do
fair.
two of us. Also, adult for them is over 16, which is really annoying.
Oh.
Yeah, so like we have to pay
Oh.
adult like commission. So
Yeah. Oh, well.
big
But-
sad.
but
But
any-
London should be really
but-
fun.
Yeah, but anyway, on YouTube you'll see those guys do that, and like if
we do some Halloween stuff.
yeah,
We could do
yeah.
some Halloween stuff probably.
If
Like
we,
our
if we
I
ever
don't
if we ever do like podcasts where we have like a camera set up, then you know they'll be able to watch that.
I mean, I hate horror movies, but we could do like some kind of horror movie thing.
I'm
I'm not a horror movie fan either.
Yeah, I don't
I'm the
mind.
only one here who's deeply into horror. I love
I don't really. I just find them boring.
creepypastas. I love horror movies. I love horror games. I love. Before Borderlands 3 came out, I was playing through Resident Evil 2. Such a good game. Scares the bejeebers out of me, but I love it. I love like the horror genre. I think it's great.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's all good and stuff, but
I can see the allurement. I just never. It's never been my thing.
I want to do.
My
one...
brother's always been into horror, and he was always like, "Oh, play this," and I just played it. I think it was like Resident Evil. I think it might have been Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, play this." Was that the one on PS2?
There's a couple of them on the PS.
It was on the PS2,
Yeah.
and I was like, things would happen, and I was just like, "This is not." I'm not enjoying
There are some
this.
like even like Resident Evil and stuff like that. It suffers from like a lack of. As the horror games and especially horror series go on, they lose the horror. They lose like the atmospheric horror, which is where it's all actually to get scares, and just replace it with jump scares. What's really great is especially the Resident Evil series, they've sort of come back with atmospheric horror. So with like Resident Evil 7 that came out a little while ago, it is a lot of like atmospheric, weird, trippy horror, and it's so good. And like Resident Evil 2's taken like a good stride in upgrading the game to feel really like atmospherically terrifying. It's so good. I love it. I want it more. It's so good.
And back to our YouTube channel. One of the other ideas we had was like a podcast where we're cooking and talking. So
Did we?
well, yeah, we obviously have a kitchen, my parents have a kitchen that we can use.
I can
but
see that. I'm gonna burn a kitchen. That's gonna go terribly
We'll
wrong.
set up like 1 or 2 cameras so that you can.
Oh, that
I think we should just make like grossly.
I
disgusting
want
food,
to
like-
make like genuinely good food.
Why?
We should actually.
To,
You know what?
Define gross food.
So me and Max, New Year's, we hung out because he had his grandparents' house ready. Me and him hung out for the entire thing because I had just gotten Spiderman on the PS4. So
Oh.
he wanted to play it. I took my PS4 around, forgot the controller, so I had to go back to my house.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was funny. I just kind of
forgot my
sat there looking at the PS4 screen for like half an hour, like, I want to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
That game's good, by the way.
Like the original idea is I was supposed to just spend the night. That spanned over I think 3 or 4 days. So
We didn't sleep for like 72 hours.
yeah, no, it's not a good. It's not a good.
Over the
run.
course of 3 days, I think we got about 6 hours sleep.
Yeah,
Like-
approximately. And this is like the day before school. Like we stopped. We went home
was-
the day before.
It was New Year's. Eve,
Yeah.
New Year's, and the day after New Year's.
Yeah. And then the day after we were back at school. So we
Yeah.
were just extraordinarily tired. But that was a pretty good... It was
Was
actually
so funny.
it was a really solid couple of days. But yeah, me and him one morning, we couldn't be really bothered to do much. So we went over to our local sort of convenience store, co-op, which is just basically like a small supermarket kind of place.
Everyone who watches this is from the UK. And that's
know.
fine.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
they all know what a fucking co-op
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, you
big
fucking
fan.
idiot.
Yeah.
Cretin.
Like we've got American viewers
You
after that.
One day.
Yeah, he
boys.
made a school shooter show
On like on the zero.
on the first episode.
Yeah, we've also we've
It
all,
was like 20 minutes in. And he makes us joke about Americans getting shot by AR-15.
Yeah, I know. Disgusting. You disgust us.
Yeah, I do not condone school shooting.
By the way,
we don't condone it either. Well, sorry, I don't condone it either.
if you go to the ICBN LinkedIn, you can find us hiring for a new host. Just FYI, just let you know.
We have a LinkedIn.
But could you imagine? We should create a LinkedIn.
Just get random people just to come on. The podcast.
We should create a LinkedIn that's just like, it's just like it should be like really like prep like Kickstarter-esque writing style.
Yeah.
Like we're just three nerds trying to make it big.
Ukulele music
Yeah.
starts playing.
So it's just like a LinkedIn
Oh,
disguised
do we
as
have a
Kickstarter.
channel? We don't have a channel trailer, do we?
no, oh, we need to make a channel trailer.
That'd be quite funny.
Can we do like a typical Kickstarter channel trailer with like the ukulele music?
We keep getting like different platforms mixed up. It's like LinkedIn is a Kickstarter, like Kickstarter is like our business program we're using. It's like if you pledge £5 or more,
just
you
start
become
posting-
an executive producer.
We just start posting the audio to the vlogs we make on Spotify.
Right, yeah. Right, we've obviously got some amazing, well thought out and like great ideas on what we're going to do with.
What we're
Channel
saying is
speak.
we need to sit down and actually discuss through where we want this to go.
I think we're funnier when we just do random shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, almost certainly. But I mean, like, we should plan where we want
Oh yeah,
this as a whole to go.
we really shouldn't plan. I think when it comes to like, if we do a Halloween thing or if we do a Christmas thing,
Yeah.
we shouldn't plan it. We should just do it
Yeah,
because
maybe
that
not
will be
plan- maybe
funnier.
not-
Shall we do like
what it is,
Should we do
but,
one of
like-
those things where we like just make a Christmas tree?
Could you imagine?
could go
can you
shop for a
imagine us
Christmas
trying to
tree.
set up a Christmas tree?
You go shop for a Christmas tree.
I'm just saying.
I've
We
never
could do like a Christmas shopping thing.
I've never decorated a Christmas
we
tree.
could do a thing where we like buy each other secret Santas and we all vlog it on our own.
There's
takes.
always something for me about Christmas shopping that it's always like 7 o'clock at night. It's dark outside, but you're like in Asda. Like all the lights are a little bit
Asda.
bright. Yeah, like
Yeah.
like that was what Christmas shopping was for me when I was little.
The thing about what you just said is I completely relate to it. Like, oh man, yeah, how's the Christmas?
Yeah, like for me, like there was the big Christmas shop where like
Yeah.
we like my entire family would go out like late at night
So they let us film it
and go to like supermarket and like buy everything we need for Christmas. And like that to me has always been a traditional like big Christmas shop. And I think us three going to like Asda at 7 at like 7, just going around like, yeah, we need this for our family.
I'm gonna B&Q.
Yeah, just like stupid.
Buy gazebos. I'm gonna spend like we'll go to like B&Q or something and then just question gazebos for like
I mean,
for like half an hour and
I
just
mean-
go. I don't even want a gazebo. Just leave.
how I am in supermarkets as well. That'd be. It's like capturing a wild animal on camera. It's brilliant.
Alright.
Basically, I
Boys,
have
Shopping with Braidon is really annoying
Right,
because he gets bored. so he'll just like I've got footage of you randomly running up to like there's a video of you while someone is looking at magazines. You run past them, nearly knock them over, grab a Minecraft magazine, and just go Minecraft.
because I don't do well on mundane tasks. Like I really don't, and part of that is shopping for me. Even if it's like I need to go in for a
Yeah.
specific reason, I get bored just looking around. So my mind just instantly jumps to what can I do that would just be funny. It's like especially when around a group of friends because it's just like
Hopefully you don't
what
get bored at Comic-Con.
Almost
just run off.
To be fair, this is the first convention I'm ever going to, so I incredibly doubt it.
is.
Yeah, I was going to go to NorCon one year, which was recently actually, and I wanted to go, but because Comic-Con's happening in London, I didn't really bother. But NorCon is a convention that happens in a city local to us, Norwich. And yeah, I was going to go to that one year, but then was like really, really ill, so didn't end up going. So yeah, this would be technically my first convention, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, I know, I'm a newbie to this.
Yeah.
Well, I've been once to Comic-Con, and that was a couple of years ago with another friend of ours. But it was a good time, and it's a really good vibe. Lot of weeb shit there.
Probably.
Lot of weeb shit.
I want to go to the Comic Village, is that what it's called, I think?
Yeah, there's like a corner.
Yeah, like I know, I like the comic areas where I'm probably gonna like.
I'm gonna
out
go
the
up to every single YouTuber I find and go, hey, have you heard of ICBN?
And what's cool is because you pay commission, like everything there's like that just a little bit more cheaper. It's more of an incentive for you to like buy more things, but
Yeah,
like everything's like a little bit cheaper, which
including the body pillows.
It's all right, buddy.
Oh,
Someone will
dear.
love you one day.
Oh dear, we're going that direction to the podcast.
We have to get someone one.
Yeah, we'll have to like give it as like a prank gift to someone at some point.
New host of the podcast.
Exactly, when we replace Chris.
With an anime waifu.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
I'm being replaced by
a pillow.
So we can probably move on to like what we are actually meant to talk about 18 minutes in.
Whoops.
We were talking about the art, and I'm starting up a little project where I'm gonna create like each of us our own little like it's us but like cartoonized.
Oh, okay.
If you know what I mean.
You
so, like,
better make me a full-on weeb.
I'll
Give me a body pillow and a katana.
Almost certainly. Well, like the plan
I better be
is,
holding like a guitar.
this will take a while. Keep in mind, it took me like what was a 5-minute job took me about a month to get around to doing.
It was really funny.
But like, yeah. So I'm gonna create like cartoon characters for each of us.
I can
so.
stop using anime waifus as my
Yeah.
Discord and Twitter and.
Dude,
I just think it'd be
everything
like
profile.
I think it'd be cool to sort of because we've never put any like our faces out there,
Yeah.
so I think like just putting like a cartoonized part of
Yeah.
us out there would be pretty cool.
Like we're not afraid of showing our faces.
Yeah, I'm
but-
not bothered. It's on our
I mean,
Instagram.
not really.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on our. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
it's on our
we got
Instagram.
like a couple of us just like. it
You're
was-
not. Oh no, you are. Yeah, the background picture of you is.
yeah.
You're in the background, but there's one of me and Braidon.
Yeah.
When,
Yeah,
we, got,
'cause
when we
we,
got hold of the Twitter.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our
brilliant.
our Twitter is popping off with like 2 followers, one of them being myself.
To let you know, because our Twitter account follows one person. I would say who it is, but we all know who our follow. They finally followed us back
Oh,
yesterday.
Way.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, yeah. Go follow us on Twitter at the ICBN podcast.
Yeah, dude, me and Braden have full control over it.
As
It's
soon
really...
as soon as the followers start coming in, like the more we'll end up like
Yeah.
tweeting more
Yeah.
stupid
Well, like
shit.
the thing is that if we get like more Twitter followers or more clout, we can go and like
Clout.
we can
Clout.
yeah we can go and we can ask people like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast, and be like, we got this many people, because at the moment. Like we haven't even reached 30
Yeah, we get
Instagram
David Cameron
followers.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
David Cameron needs some clout right
He's
now.
going to get on our podcast. We're going to get him on the podcast.
You see, this is going to be like the reoccurring joke now for like all episodes to come until one day we get big enough and we can convince him to come on.
That's going to be like such a good clickbait title.
So funny.
Like we can just
Starring David Cameron.
Featuring David Cameron.
like we can just do we can do like a YouTube thing where it's like our experience with getting David Cameron on the ICBN podcast, and it goes through like all the episodes of us wanting him to come on.
I know exactly what
Be
I'd
on
do.
journey.
He'd be sitting there and I'd just turn to him and go, fuck you, and then leave. And then I'd just ask him to politely to leave.
I'd start asking him about the pig. Like,
Yeah, let's move on.
how'd that pig taste, bro?
All right, yeah.
All right, so Spider-Man.
Yes.
Whoa!
Jesus, fuck Sony,
Literally,
man.
all I said was Spider-Man.
Fuck,
Everyone got
fuck
excited.
Sony and Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Causing me this much hate.
So thanks to
And
those guys,
pain.
like episode 1's kind of redundant in content because half of that was us talking about how we don't want Spider-Man to leave the MCU and the
Yeah.
future that he's gonna have with just Sony. But now that they've announced that he's back for 2 more
I mean,
films, one of them being his own film, and then another one being a film he's featured in.
They will most likely...
End the story.
They'll end up his story, and then they will introduce like Miles and Gwen
Well, that's
and whoever the Silk is.
See,
I can't
but
remember what her
this
name
is-
is.
this
And
is what's-
then they'll have him be like a mentor.
interesting to me is the fact that like that's all that's been told. So there's been nothing from what I could find. There's nothing on what the new plan, like what the new agreement is in terms
there's
of finance.
there's nothing in the
I couldn't
financial
find
deal. No.
a single thing about
Me
it.
neither.
No, I couldn't either.
But like, my worry is again, it's only 2 movies, and that's all they've sort of let on. I'm not sure if they've just like bargained for 2 more movies, or if Spider-Man and all his characters within that are actually going to be allowed to continue past those 2 movies or not.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
Part of me does think it's going to be like a closing sequence for Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, which is a big shame.
Which it's a shame, but at the same time, I feel as if they're going to be able to do it. Like, I would rather we get, a Spider-Man movie plus a feature rather than nothing at all.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with how this new deal has
Yeah.
come about. But like the fact that I feel like this is a very closed-ended deal, or like this deal is heading towards a very narrow end point, is a shame compared to the more open-ended deal that they had beforehand.
Yeah.
Which is just a bit of a shame.
It's a shame, but like part of me sort of appreciates like Sony and Disney
Yeah.
being able to like say, well, let's try and get these 2. It feels like they're doing something for the fans. Like they didn't have to, but
Yeah.
The
at
bosses
the same
of-
time they're making loads of money from it.
The boss of Sony recently said, he was like, the whole Spider-Man split wasn't due to like Marvel being greedy, like the 50-50 thing. It was just Feige had so much stuff to do that it literally just fell to the wayside, and that's how the deal broke down. It was a lack of communication, not that either
Yeah, 'cause I
party
mean,
was being particularly greedy.
if you look at like the whole Phase 4 stuff, Spider-Man had such a little role to play.
Oh,
in that.
yeah.
Like little. I don't think it had any. Like there was the Spider-Man and Friends show that was meant to be happening or something like that.
I think
But even that.
that's an animated
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
I felt, was meant to be more of a transition character into Phase 4. I didn't know if he was going to be a main character in Phase 4, but when they announced all the movies, I was like, no, he's just going to be a transition character.
Yeah, he had like no role in.
Sorry, I was gonna sneeze. I had to like not sneeze, so I had to.
You look just like you're just pinning up your nose.
That stopped you from sneezing.
I was
Well, no, because if I do sneeze, I'll blow my eardrums out. If you do that,
fantastic.
like, because if you get your
We
finger,
have tissues here. You can sneeze.
yeah, but I didn't want it to like. Do you know how loud I am when I sneeze?
Yeah, it's
I'll
like a
peak the
sonic
mic.
boom.
It is just like a sonic boom. Your ears would be dead.
Nonetheless, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is great, and I'm happy he is
He's
back.
just sticky and stuff.
And I'm looking forward to seeing
Like your
the
mum.
continuation
Wow.
of his.
Wow.
Fuck you, bro. Come on, dude. I thought you were my homie. Take that back.
Nope.
Take that back.
Nope.
I said fucking take it back.
Make me.
Take it back now, y'all.
One up this time. Yeah, now this is where we get copyright strike.
Parody.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not parody.
Non-profit parody.
Yeah, cover.
Educational.
Because we didn't change up any of the.
It's a cover, so it's alright. I'm not making many
It's
money.
educational because we're teaching our friends about pop
I like how
culture.
I said Spider-Man as if to get us back on topic, and then we just went into a song. Right, Spider-Man. Where do we want to see that character go?
I want to see what happens with the whole fact that he's now been kind of like exposed as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to see it end in a good way. Like I think I want to see a good justified ending.
Yeah,
I don't
see,
want something
the thing
left
is,
open
I want a superhero that doesn't have a tragic ending.
That end,
Like, Jesus
the
Christ.
thing with Spider-Man, and the thing with where they're going with it, the whole like him being the villain or like being outed in publicly as a villain.
as a villain.
I really hate storylines like that.
Yeah.
Like I've always disliked them because I'm just like, I know he's a good guy,
Yeah.
so I'm like
Yeah.
I don't ever feel as invested in the story
No.
if I'm like,
I'm trying
well,
to think of other movies.
it's
that
like
do it.
everyone's really a lot of anime does it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, see, I've stopped watching a lot of shows because I'm just like, I don't care because I know they're a good guy,
Yeah.
and everyone else is like,
Oh no, it's bad.
oh no, it's bad. I'm like, well, it's not. I know it's fucking ignorance. I don't like
But
ignorance.
to be fair, I think like how they're very clever over at Marvel Studios. Like they've written things that have surprised
I think
me.
that will get sorted out pretty quickly. I think the whole Spider-Man, I think it'll get shown pretty quickly that Spider-Man is actually the good guy, and it will be the fact that he's Peter Parker is what will be
Yeah.
the big outing,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think
when he's
so.
going to have to take the more of the mantle of like Iron Man had,
Yeah.
the more public face.
But
I'm
Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah. Another thing to think about is that we're getting don't quote me on this, obviously, but like, I think we're getting the new Spider-Man movie and then the feature film he's in. So it's not like they can close his story in Spider-Man because he's still featured in another film.
yeah.
But they can't close
release-
his story in the feature film because he's not the main character.
The release date is May 6th, 2021.
Yeah, which, like, the fact that they announced it, like, I wasn't
That's the predicted. Like that was
Yeah,
like
well-
we hope to get it out on
Yeah.
the 6th of May, 2021.
It's the fact that they announced the date itself which surprised me, because they haven't done that for like half.
Probably
of the
because it's
other-
been in the works for a while. The
I
script
mean-
is probably already written.
I would argue that part of filming's happened, maybe.
I don't know if they
think
started
filming-
filming. They've
filming
probably started.
definitely
It's,
hasn't
it's
happened,
probably like
but-
the early stages.
Like very early
Script writing,
development.
script reading.
This
This is what happened. Probably set it back quite far because obviously.
I think, of course, like there's a shame. Like a lot of Marvel properties at the moment have been up in the air, like especially things like Guardians, which is a big shame to me. How Guardians play almost, well, absolutely no role in like the current Phase 4 stuff. But it seems like a lot of what they're doing is setting up like a lot of the older characters to transition into Phase 5. Because in mind, Phase 4 only spans like two. Like I think like the end one is like 2021. Like that's like the end. That's when Thor: Love of Thunder is out, and that's the last movie of. Is it Black Panther 2? That's the very last one.
It'll be Black Panther 2 because that was
Which I think is still 2021, right? I'm pretty sure it's still
It's
2021.
meant to be the end of.
So like this is
they'll-
gonna be a significant.
The way these movies go, they'll probably spring us with like a big one movie as well.
Yeah,
There'll probably be something they haven't released. There'll probably be like a new Avengers thing at the end of it.
Yeah,
oh,
Where
they'll-
they'll go,
Yeah.
whoa, we didn't tell you about this, and then
Yeah.
just like spring it at
But
us.
like it's very clear with like a lot of the TV shows, a lot of what's happening. They're like setting up the older characters to be ready for the next phase, so everyone can be ready for whatever storyline they want to do next, which I think is like Secret Wars. I think they're also going to be spending a lot of this setting up the Fox characters, so things like X-Men, Fantastic Four, because it has been confirmed that the Fantastic Four movie has been greenlit. So we are getting that at some point soon.
Hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Really hope not.
I mean, Silver Surfer was like a.
No, it wasn't. It's a bad movie.
Silver Surfer was like a.
Awful. Awful.
The character.
It was terrible.
The character.
Galactus is a fart cloud.
He's actually it's the cloud from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, he's just a big. He's just a fart.
It was
Galactus isn't a fart.
It was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
I'm not getting an edge of leeway here.
Nope, because it was bad.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did like a prequel thing, and that one was shit. But the original wasn't the worst.
The most recent one.
Was bad.
Huh?
Oh, some ASMR in here. Well done, Max.
Yes.
Well, I'm like, I hope they do well with the Fox properties, because that is a huge deal, and that is such a big, like, it's hard to describe the amount of storylines they can now tell with Fox properties, and it's important. It feels very important that they get it right, and I'm happy. A lot of people are like, oh, we want it in Phase 4, we want it as quick as possible, but I'm happy
To let things run its course.
they're introducing another phase before they add those properties in, because they deserve time. They should be looking at like what made some of the previous X-Men movies good, what failed with the Fantastic Four movies.
Nothing failed with the Fantastic Four movie. It was an okay movie.
I'm gonna rip your throat out.
Hey, listen, like I can stand those movies. I don't watch them.
No.
I keep in mind, like I am the kind of person who loves watching bad movies. But even I don't like watching the Fantastic Four movies, even for that so bad it's good. Like
Yeah, because they're not so bad. They're good. They're just
they
bad.
just feel pretty bad. Yeah,
They're just like these movies. I'm not having fun at all. I'm
Yeah.
not even laughing at it because it's
Yeah.
just not enjoyable.
But like,
Fair enough.
but I understand people. Like, I know a lot of people who, to be fair, do enjoy them, and especially the sequel. The Rise of the Silver Surfer movie is actually quite popular. So like a lot of people like it over the first one they did,
Yeah.
which I mean I guess is fair.
Because you're shaking and your shirt is itching.
Stop doing this
sorry.
thing where we talk about what's happening in real life when they can't fucking see it.
Okay,
Well-
Braidon is jittering his leg and it's moving his shirt and tickling my arm, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm a very fidgety person, so I don't do well sitting down for like a long period of time until I just start like fidgeting something or other. It's a pretty fun meme. Love you, man.
So yeah,
Obviously, buddy.
Spider-Man's gonna return.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else we can say. Spider-Man's back. That whole thing was just annoying.
Yeah.
You could say that Spider-Man is sticking around.
Right, so what have you guys all been watching
I
recently?
thought that joke on the way here, man.
Yeah, no, stop.
That's the title of this episode.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, it's funny because I'm the one who uploads the episodes, so
I
I
will
decide what the
break your
title
hands.
is.
I will break your hands. You're not going anywhere.
Bitch, you've got a fucking cast. Well, not a
I was
cast.
going to say it's a tuba grip because I trapped a nerve in my hand.
Retard. Can
Yeah,
I say that?
that's-
Yeah.
Mean.
I said it last podcast by accident.
Okay.
You
that's
did.
fine.
I tensed up a little bit because I'm like,
I said it and I was like, I instantly regret saying that.
"Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a good meme.
If I can make a school shooter joke, I
It's
can
weird
call
how
people
that
stupid.
word has become... Because that word
It
was
feels
used
a
all
lot-
the time in
It
primary
feels
school.
a bit more censored now.
But I think rightfully so.
Oh yeah.
Because, like...
It
We're
can.
creeping into politics.
not really. I mean, it's just more like...
Word sensitive. I don't know.
Hey, if this is breaching into politics, what the fuck was my first joke in the episode about like school shootings doing?
Yeah, and I instantly shut you down. Do not make school. Yeah, we apologise. If we say anything that you find offensive, then stop finding it offensive because we don't mean
No,
it.
we don't like. Yeah, don't.
Stop being offended.
You're allowed to be offended.
No, you're not.
Okay, well,
Go watch some Ricky Gervais comedy. I
we're,
understand why you're not allowed to be offended.
we're not trying to appear like demeaning to groups or anything. We're just
No,
we're
I
just-
don't
we're-
mean anything I say.
Yeah, we're just speaking words.
We said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we wanted to make that clarification after I told a school shooting joke.
Yeah.
Like, we had to be careful around that one.
I mean, now me...
Like we said about the edgy soundboard.
somehow I haven't said anything really bad.
Yeah.
Like, somehow I've managed to evade most of it, which is pretty
It's
impressive.
strange how, like, Braden's been one of the safest people for this podcast. Like,
I know what I can say and what I can't. I have, like... over the years, I've developed a...
Profanity filter.
a bit of a filter on
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
Because I just sort of notice how, like, I'll use a word and then it's just like, oh, I noticed that word's not allowed to be used. I guess I'm just not going to say that to escape any
Yeah.
form of, like, heavy criticism.
this is when we
Yeah.
find out that Braden's secretly a racist and just says, like, you know... bad-
Secretly?
Oh.
And now this is where...
Right.
And thus I failed keeping safe.
So if you go onto our... so,
Oh, and that will be it for the ICBN podcast.
We're getting-
It's been a great...
We got cancelled,
It's
kids.
been a
Five
great
episodes.
5 episodes.
We got cancelled.
We got cancelled.
so if you go onto our LinkedIn profile, we're accepting for a new host.
A new 3 hosts. We've kicked...
We're all being kicked off by each other.
we all...
Yep. Oh, what
dear.
a shame.
Nonetheless, but I like how I asked, like, what have you guys been watching? And I just got
Braden's a
glossed over.
racist.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, okay.
So, what have you guys been watching in terms of like TV shows, whatever?
I've been watching a bit of I've been watching YouTube, and then I've also been watching I've finished there's a police crime drama that's really good.
Luther?
That, and then another one.
Broadchurch?
No.
Oh, Broadchurch is fantastic. If you haven't got around to watching that,
Silent Witness?
No, it's fuck. Line of Duty. There
Line
we
of
go.
Duty,
Line
yeah,
of Duty.
yeah.
I finished that like a couple weeks ago, and that's a really good TV show. If you haven't watched it, you can do on BBC. This isn't an endorsement. We just kind of like the show, or I do anyway. But yeah, I was watching that, and it's cool. I was also watching some other random shit I've forgotten the name of. I'm gonna go find it. But yeah, we're all watching really interesting shows that we're going to talk about, and we've
I'm not.
prepared this podcast.
I just watched so many American comedies. I've been going to The Office again because that show is fantastic. I love it. The American version of The Office is so good. This is about the 7th time I've been watching through it all the way through, and I still love literally everything about it. It is such a good show. and
I'm not normally a big fan of American comedy, but The Office is one thing I can stand. I'm like, it is quite funny. It gets unfunnier as it goes on. Like the first seasons are funnier to me.
The first 7 are great. 8's really weak as Steve Carell goes off. But like I think the last season they really hit their stride again. I just think 8's really weak because like they didn't really hit the dynamics, some of like the dynamics in terms of characters right. But I definitely think season 9 they jump back onto it pretty well. So I think all round it is such a solid show all the way through. And like if there's one streaming service I recommend, it is Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime's got Top Gear, which is fucking
no,
it's not called Top Gear anymore.
It's the Grand Tour.
Grand Tour, that's the one.
It might as well be. But,
really good.
But like,
really funny.
Like they've got such solid shows on there. After this, I'm going to be watching through Futurama again for like the 10,000th time because I adore Futurama, and it is one of the
better than The Simpsons.
Ooh.
On par with early Simpsons seasons.
Ooh, that's a controversial one.
I love the early.
The Simpsons is just at the moment. The Simpsons have done so much stuff. They're not as funny as they used to be.
They kind of run in.
But then again, that's what happens. Like that is just what happens with.
It's like
they aren't as consistently funny. Where Futurama is consistently funny
because they ended it when they needed to.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, we've had like a solid couple seasons. Let's end this while it's on a high, because a lot of shows I think forget about rewatchability.
Leave them wanting more.
Exactly, because then you develop a fan base that will always enjoy and praise that show. So,
and if you ever want to bring it back, you can
like
bring it back with a boom.
Like a big,
and people won't go, not more.
One thing I enjoy seeing in The Simpsons is like the art development over time. Like you can see how it was still good, like drawings and artwork and cartoons for its time, but then you can see like how it's progressed through the
They started using CGI.
Yeah, and all that. Like it looks like I will still go out and say that The Simpsons like movie was like a really well done movie because there's some really good like shots and cartoons.
I like the Simpsons movie.
Yeah,
it's not brilliant,
it's
but
not
that
It's
great.
a pretty good movie.
It's just Simpsons, isn't it? It's just like, this is Simpsons.
It's an extended Simpsons
it's like
episode.
it's like a big Simpsons episode.
It was I don't know.
I mean, do you remember like everyone in year 4 just keep singing Spider Pig?
Oh,
like over and
See,
over and
it didn't
over
really
and
hit
over
my
again.
school as much. I heard from like friends that I had outside of my school who were in different schools. Were like, man, I never got to sing the Spider Pig song, and I was just like what?
No. It wasn't just like everyone all the time, 24/7 singing the Spider Pig song. Like it was such a popular like little song in my school anyway. Like it was so annoying. I love that movie to death, but Jesus Christ, it was not like
Treehouse of Horror is pretty funny.
I love all my modern Treehouse of Horror.
They are my favorite episodes of Simpsons
because they take like. See, because that's what works with, I think, things like Rick and Morty is the fact that, like, because it's such a bizarre setting, they can literally go wherever they want.
Yeah.
I always has to be grounded in some reality due to like.
I always prefer like the more outlandish episodes of shows.
That's how Futurama works.
Yeah,
just the future. You have.
You can
do whatever you want, and if someone's like that's stupid and unrealistic,
it's like, there's the future.
Yeah, this is currently a world based in the future where people can be stored in little like people's heads can be stored in glass containers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like this is the world and setting we're set up in, and Futurama is so good. Another thing I'm going to be watching after that is Parks and Recreation, a phenomenally good show. It's another American like sort of comedy-esque thing. That was another show that I feel ended on a high. It's got like
no, that's the Chris Pratt one, not the Always Sunny. That's the Always
Sunny is also phenomenal.
I was going to say there's a new film announced with Will Smith and Tom Holland, and it's called, and I'm going to find out because
is that the one where there's two of them? There's two Will Smiths.
No, it's a different one. It's a like animated one. Will Smith, just searching this up on Instagram quick. He is in a new movie and he hasn't posted it on his Instagram yet. I know Tom Holland. I know Tom has.
Watch him flail. We're just starting to watch him like panic, like typing.
Panic type. All right, Tom Holland. I know Karen.
Who is this? Who is in this movie? Karen Gillan, Tom Holland, and Will Smith.
Yeah, and DJ Khaled.
what is
is
this
this
movie?
Right, so it's called Spies in Disguise, and for those watching on YouTube,
Is that the one with the
artwork's
pigeon?
going to look like that.
Is that the one with the pigeon?
I think
That's
so.
the one with the pigeon.
Yeah.
Will Smith gets turned into a pigeon. He's like a secret agent that gets turned into a pigeon.
I don't want to watch this movie. This sounds awful.
It looks terrible.
They've
It
got-
sounds awful.
But they got some.
There's a line in it where he's like, I can simultaneously see you and my ass at the same time. And he's a pigeon.
Before you go, they've got a great lineup of cast. It's an animated show. Yes, the voice acting is incredibly important, but I find that the animation and the writing when it comes to animated shows is significantly more important.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah. Well, I feel.
that
I
helps.
feel as if it's gonna.
From the trailer.
Yeah.
To be fair,
the
voices,
trailer, it looks good.
voices are important if you want to make an iconic character.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Bender and Fry from Futurama have such, like,
Distinct
tones and voices
Yeah.
to me. But it's the same reason why I don't like Family Guy and American Dad all that much when it comes to voice acting, because like half the cast is voiced by
A person that we know the name of.
Seth
Rogen?
MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Because like half of them is voiced by Seth MacFarlane. Like a bunch of characters just sound the same,
Yeah, I get that.
and that's super.
Yeah, there's the
disappointing to me.
episode where like Brian and Stewie get locked in a bank vault, and only Brian and Stewie talk for the entire episode. So it's just Seth MacFarlane talking to himself.
Yeah, like it's.
That's going to sound weird on the audio.
That's gonna sound super
We
weird.
said
on the
the
audio.
exact same time.
I don't know how phase cancellation works in terms of that stuff, but we're gonna hope that
It happened like again earlier as well.
Did it?
Yeah, when we were talking about something and we did it at the exact same
Yeah,
time.
we're good at syncing this stuff up. Yeah. Also, there's another one which is another thing that's good. What's the good thing I was going to talk about? Fuck. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson is a voice of Alexa now.
Yes, that's true. I'm still not bought an Alexa. Don't really want to. The
So-
government's listening in.
What's that?
For-
Again, the
right,
government's
so
for
for-
you.
Oh,
for
what,
ni-
the Alexa thing?
Yeah, so
The
for
Amazon thing.
99p, you can now have Samuel L. Jackson tell you what the weather is.
Well, I'm getting an Alexa.
And there's like an explicit and a non-explicit
That's
version.
hilarious.
Like, that's gonna be fucking beautiful.
But then again, I think like any,
That's funny.
like he's one of those people with an iconic voice. So like that's why like Morgan Freeman would be another like fantastic one for
Like,
that.
they said that they want to try and do like a few more. So like, if they're gonna start off with fucking Samuel L. Jackson, like
They've hit a high.
they've
point
hit a high
recently.
already. Like, there's
Yeah.
no one above that in terms of voice acting.
I mean, it's just
Well,
like
okay, there are people up there, but like, that's such a high podium to start.
Samuel
with.
Jackson is one of those people that like when you see him in an interview, he clearly knows he's famous and very like popular, but he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't care
He's
what you
great.
think about him. He
I love
doesn't care
Samuel
about
L. Jackson.
anything. He just is just doing his own thing. It's like obviously Amazon approached him and was like, "Do you want to do this?" And he's like, "Hell yeah." And I think like a lot of people are like, you know, like there's been controversies with like the Alexa stuff because
Yeah.
of course like a lot of conspiracy theorists are like the government's listening in, and they're gonna fucking find out all your secret details.
Like, I obviously.
The thing about that is what I don't understand. Government knows all my secret deals. What are they going to find out? My national security number?
the
like,
thing they already have.
They gave that to me.
yeah, it's like
Like, what are they going to do?
there's not because.
Use the what they'll do is they'll use the information they get from me to make the world more tailored
To you.
to me.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I think
surely that's what-
there's more issues with stuff like selling your information to companies you might not want. So again, like that information, is because keep in mind, Amazon will have it, not the government. So
Right,
it's the
yeah.
worry that Amazon will have it, and they can sell that to
Whoever they want.
insert like whatever company, like advertising companies and stuff like that. So you
but,
can
like, there's an amount of.
you accept it when you accept cookies. That's what you accept.
Yeah. Like, there's an amount that, like. I obviously understand that, like, people. Yeah. Who cares?
I care.
Yeah. Like,
Sorry, we've hit 45 minutes.
I understand the idea of like people listening perhaps isn't like the best idea, but like, what are they going to do with like? Because part of like the information. That
Well,
they
if they're
get
selling
from
it to
us-
advertisement,
Like-
people, which is probably what they will do,
Yeah.
then those advertisements are going to get our information and go, okay, so this person will be interested in this. Let's
we'll
try and
park-
sell them this product.
and
then
we'll
I'm going to
see that
go,
product, and
oh, I
we'll
wanted
buy
that
it."
product.
Yeah, it's like if I'm searching for a
They're
hotel
gonna
and the
try
next
and-
day I see hotels in my thing, I'll be like, oh, that's useful.
I guess I'm not as bothered by it. So they're going to try and sell me stuff that are tailored to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, well, I'm going to...
Yeah.
But a lot of people do get like very.
I
see, I
totally
can understand
understand it.
But I don't
Maybe
care.
it's because we're like young and don't understand the world or whatever. But honestly, I think it's a bit of a, I don't know, strange tangent to go off.
I don't mind.
But anyway, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
don't do anything.
should we end the podcast?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why
Alright.
not? You know, it's 47 minutes of
Yeah.
our disgusting voices.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Intercontinental Ballistic Nerds podcast, episode 4. Thank you and good day.
Bye.